Honey.
All right, I sent Honey.
Hello.
So why it's not? I'm gonna resend the. I couldn't find.
Good morning, this is Joe Rizzo.
That was Joe. 1070 is Joe Rizzo.
Okay.
Right, Anna can't find this Zoom link either.
I don't understand why that happens to me. Does anybody know why that happens to me?
What?
Why the Zoom link is? I clearly see the Zoom link right here, and it's not.
I understand that or something. Did she not?
Right, you would think.
You know who this person is? Should I let them in?
Okay, so the top three no. LAS. I guess so. We'll ask. Open up the Honey script.
Okay.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. Do we have a quorum?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Gonna wait a few minutes.
Yeah. I'm gonna print this one. Right, notes on it.
Did we figure out who 84594?
4594 now. Can I ask?
Yeah. Whose phone number ends in 4594?
Rachel? It's
Yeah.
Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Oh, good.
Okay. That's my phone number.
Okay.
We gotcha.
Oh, what's going on? Wait, what? Somebody needs to stop sharing their screen.
Oh, somebody.
Debs is sharing their screen.
Phil, I think.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Joe Rizzo's ending in 1070. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
There we go. That's easier. Chris. Yeah. Museum signs. Why couldn't Anna find the Zoom link? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I'll offer it again to Robin to do these for her, but
Copy is not working.
I should open the board pack.
You let Brian in. No idea who that Bruce is.
I think those are all candidates. Maybe he's the single person.
They don't come to them.
Morning.
We haven't had to.
We don't have a quorum yet. Huh? We don't have a quorum yet.
I don't know who Bruce Smith is.
Shouldn't you at least make these like, because they always happen on ledge meetings. We had
Oh.
warnings, and then like now they're.
Are we almost ready?
Okay, you have a quorum. We don't have everybody, but we do have a quorum.
Okay, let us start. We want to call the meeting to order, and want to start by approving the minutes of May 11th. Need a motion.
This is Joe Rizzo. Good morning. I had a question on the minutes.
Oh, yes.
Just before approval is under the Make Monroe Home Program. I had thought I heard from the last meeting that that program would conclude with the second house. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Do we think we want to just make a point in the minutes to say this would conclude this program so that it's formalized in the minutes? If we're
We can do
absolutely
that.
sure that's going to conclude.
Yes.
Good suggestion. Thank
So
you.
with that comment, I would make a motion to approve the minutes with that, with that additional statement.
This will conclude the program.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it.
Good catch.
Yes.
So we need a motion to approve the minutes with that amended, Dana.
Joe Rizzo,
Yep.
motion to approve.
Second with Dave Brooks.
All in favor? Aye.
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 All right, none opposed.
Reagan, I don't see Kevin.
Kevin's not here. We can go past him. Is Brian here?
Brian's here.
Brian, why don't you give the report on the labor exemptions?
Okay. Good morning. I have one local labor exemption request to report on today. We had a request for the Strong Museum of Play project. This request was to utilize an out-of-area company to do the shoring and the drilling for the temporary drilled shoring walls. This request was based on a specialized construction and no local labor available criteria, which means there was nobody locally from the local contractors that could do the work or that had the expertise to do the work. The company that was brought in from outside of the area is called Dar Drill. We recommended and improved that Dar Drill do the work because we reached out to the local company that possibly had the ability to do it, CMI Structural. In speaking with them, they said they did not have the equipment necessary to support the garage and the garage and the walls there at the garage to do the work. So therefore, they needed to bring in Dar Drill out of Tonawanda to do the work.
Thank you,
That's
Brian. That's nothing that we have to approve. That's just the standard, right? If we don't have anybody locally, we just go out.
That's correct. We just had to do the due diligence to make sure the local contractors didn't have the ability to do it.
Right. And this company is from where?
Tonawanda.
Tonawanda?
Yep. Out near Buffalo.
Got to remember that when I put my garage up. Greg, are you around? Any questions for Brian before we leave? Is Greg Genovese here?
Yep, I'm out here.
Can you give the report for me?
Sure. So 5 months in to our fiscal year, I'm slowly building back up our balance sheet. You can really just see there where our loans are. We kind of have them separated out. We're really ramping up to start receiving the payments back on the emergency loan fund. We have received some payments, I would say, early. And as you can see, that balance is going down a little bit, but the payment plan starts, I believe, in July, where the borrowers will pay back on a monthly basis starting in July of this year. And
Greg,
so,
may I interject for a
sure.
moment? This is Anna. Not sure if you folks paid attention to the State of the County address last night that the county executive delivered at Seabreeze, but he mentioned in his remarks that he intends to make us whole and effectively turn those loans into grants. I am in conversation with the law department and with the finance department on logistics to that end. We have to determine how best to move the approximately $1.7 million from the county through the CARES Act funds to MCIDC. It would require a move by the legislature, given the scale. The only way around going through the legislature would be if the county were to issue individual $10,000 grants to the loan recipients on the pretense that the recipients must pay us back, which would be challenging and a little bit clunky, I think. So I wanted to just let you all know that that's in the works, and I will keep you all abreast of that effort as it progresses. Hopefully we're able to make it happen sooner rather than later. We would reimburse those businesses that already paid back in full their loans. And we have to still answer the question of course, Comida moved $1 million from their accounts to MCIDC's. So if the 2 million were to come from the county to MCIDC, I think we would make an effort to move $1 million of that over to Comida, if that's practical and feasible. Are there any questions about that?
No, that sounds good. I think the latter one of giving the recipients 10 grand and they pay us back, I don't think that would work. That is clunky. I did that with my wife. That doesn't work.
Here, I'm giving you this $50 so you can pay me back.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
you just that just never comes out right,
No.
So I believe we would have to stay away from that, but I guess we'll stay tuned. I did tune in last night to the State of the County address, and I thought it was very good. And is that the county executive? He is trying to make us whole, but he's also trying to make us recover and make that recovery inclusive also too. So.
Yeah.
I thought that it was real good. Yeah. But Greg, anything else on the report there?
No, I would say all of our activity, revenue and expenses are tracking as expected. So more to come on that. So that'll be a big change moving forward. And I'm glad I didn't start, I was holding off on the loan loss reserve calc just to start as we're going to get into receiving the payments, but that could be all a moot point at this point. So stay tuned, everyone.
Has Kevin arrived?
Yeah.
Kevin's here?
I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
All right, you ready for the May monthly report here? So this report will cover our visits between May 1st and May 31st of 2021. During this period, we made 7 monthly site visits. We made 0 follow-up visits during this period. We checked with residency with 81 workers. We had 0 issues of non-compliance during May for MCIDC projects. As of May 31st, 2021, all monitored sites were in compliance at the time of our visit. And there were no new signs delivered during that period.
Thank you, Kevin. Any questions for Kevin?
All set, thank you.
Okay, we have a presentation this morning. Our presenters here?
We are letting them in right now.
Okay. Just a little background, Rochester Museum and Science Center request. We were not able to meet as an executive committee, so we're going to be hearing all of the details today, but the executive committee did put in the request for us to listen to this today. So today we have Travis Hughes, Allison Schulte, Todd Stevenson, Lisa Ireland, and the president and CEO of Rochester Museum and Science Center, Hillary Olson. Travis is going to describe this program for us. And this is, from my understanding, a grant. Travis, are you ready?
Yeah, thanks. And actually, my colleague Allison is going to start out with a brief intro to the program, and then I'm going to follow up.
Thanks, Travis. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having us today. My name is Allison Schultes. I work as the Director of Education here at the Rochester Museum and Science Center, and we are excited to be able to give you a little brief on this program and answer any questions you may have about the proposal. As you may know from the proposal that was shared with you, the Career Ladder program here at the RMSC was established in 2011 as a youth workforce development program and is one of the RMSC's main connections to youth in our community. My name is Allison Schultes. Over the last 10 years, by encouraging positive youth development, this program has provided work experiences for over 65 students ages 15 to 18 enrolled in local high schools, primarily from right here in the city of Rochester. Students in this program work as part of the education team in a public-facing role that includes engaging with museum visitors, facilitating educational programming, and maintaining exhibits. For the majority of the participants in this program, this is really their first job and are provided with really regular coaching and training on essential workplace expectations and skills. Travis and his team and myself work with these students on the basics, on how to clock in, communicate your schedule, follow a dress code, things like that. But we're also working with them on soft skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, developing their abilities as leaders. While they're here with us, of course, we are the Museum and Science Center, so they have to learn content knowledge too. So we focus on STEM topics, science, technology, engineering, and math, arts and culture. And we work closely with them on customer service skills, public speaking, teamwork, and best practices in conflict management and science communication. This program is particularly near and dear to my heart, and I'm so excited to be able to share more about it with you all today. This was the first program I ever worked with here at the RMSC when I joined the team back in 2013. Since then, I've been able to see the majority of those 65 students overcome really huge challenges, personal challenges, and grow as professionals and leaders and young people in our community. Many of them graduating from high school and moving on to the higher education path, others pursuing STEM-based careers here locally, and others who have succeeded here with us as part of the RMSC team and have stayed on to grow as professionals in the museum field with us. One of those student success stories belongs to Cinnamon, who joined the Career Ladder program in 2014. And while she was working here, went on to pursue a degree in sound engineering and music at RIT. And now, nearly 7 years later, I feel like I've seen her grow up. Cinnamon continues to work here with us at the RMSC and most recently jumped in and filled the role of a classroom teacher this past school year for our Curiosity Club program, which supported remote learners right here in the museum every day this past September through May. A few years ago, we asked our Career Ladder team to just give a little brief statement about how working at the RMSC has impacted them. And when we asked Cinnamon that, she said, and I quote, "When I applied to work at the RMSC, I was searching for a job that did not require me to work in food service. However, after accepting the opportunity to work at the RMSC almost 3 years ago, I developed and strengthened my communication skills, as well as learned a few things that I applied to my education. For instance, the RMSC refreshed my science skills, which helped me succeed in college. Even though I'm pursuing music, the majority of my classes, which are science-based, can be connected to either an exhibit or a demonstration. Likewise, the RMSC gave me more confidence to talk to people and develop as a person." The Career Ladder program provides a supportive environment for youth in our community to not only succeed as part of the RMSC team, but it really encourages growth and builds confidence, and I think inspires them to look for future career opportunities right here in our community and even beyond. Our proposal that we've shared with you all for the Career Ladder 2.0 version will build on the robust framework of this existing program and expand the opportunities more broadly to students from across the greater Rochester region, not just the city, and will include longer term and more enriching experiences for the participants, diversifying opportunities for skill development, and the institution of a formal evaluation process, which we think will be really effective in measuring not only participant growth, but the bigger impact and broader impact on our community. This expansion will enable us to pilot a new chapter of a successful program and will increase awareness of job opportunities right here in Monroe County. And your funding will ensure this program will continue to have a positive impact on the youth right here in our community. I'd like to turn it back over to my colleague Travis Hughes, manager of our Floor Experiences team, who will be directly supervising this program and will share a bit more about the goals of the Career Ladder 2.0 program. Thank you.
Thanks, Allison. And thank you to the board for hearing our proposal this morning. As you've heard, the Career Ladder program already has a solid foundation and has impacted many young adults over the last 10 years. But we recognize at this point that it has potential to be an even more impactful program. And we want to make some changes now to help guide the program and its participants to a fuller realization of its mission. So with the support we're seeking, we hope to reimagine the program in quite a few ways. We plan to eliminate a barrier by removing the requirement to be a current high school or college student. We recognize that many young adults are seeking alternatives to the traditional higher education model, and we want to encourage folks like that to apply for the program. We also plan to involve additional departments outside of the education department here at the RMSC, such as member and visitor services, exhibit design and maintenance, and information technology, so our young employees can get a feel for what other types of jobs are out there. We do also plan to expand the types of trainings that we offer, which Allison briefly mentioned. In addition to our current trainings, we want to provide our young employees with training that will focus on career skills in general, such as curating a resume, practice interviews, networking, forming professional relationships, and financial management. One method we have for this is to utilize our current community partnerships and actively seeking new ones. We feel that inviting speakers from our community partners to engage and inform our Career Ladder youth will go a long way toward their development as professional working community members here in Monroe County. And we feel that introducing them to local organizations and professionals in the community in various fields will give them incentive to want to stay local and live and work locally. A larger change we plan to make is to create the actual ladder style structure, as the name of the program suggests. Currently, there's no opportunity for promotion within the program. We want to improve this by adding increasing levels of responsibility and decision-making as staff members learn and grow, as well as instituting pay increase incentives to mirror the professional working world. This will also help as we try to formalize our staff evaluation process for Career Ladder. And lastly, we hope to begin an alumni network for the Career Ladder program to remain connected with participants who were involved and move on from the RMSC, Some ideas we have for that include regular check-ins, social gatherings, inviting alumni to speak to current staff, professional networking events. We feel that building this network will also allow us to keep track of the paths of participants post-career ladder to help with measuring the success of the program. So thank you very much for listening to our proposal this morning to expand and improve upon Career Ladder. I'm very grateful and excited for this opportunity to enhance such an impactful program, and I look forward to hearing your decision.
Questions, anyone?
This is Joe Rizzo. I had some comments with our G&E, and wanted to mention, just to emphasize, listening to this presentation. And I know that's been you've had it around for, you said, nearly a decade, but I just wanted to applaud, your organization here. Really, the need in terms of blending of technical, talking about STEM, but also the soft skills, the arts, the soft, the other elements that really help folks in terms of growth, but really having them become very well-rounded is just outstanding. And also, I like the fact of connecting them to the community. There's our hope is that if we're investing in the youth of today, is that they see opportunities here within the community to stay and help revitalize the community, help it grow, and so forth. So I think it's a nice program, and I also like the fact is that they're staying connected in the community. And also, as we start to look at the types of careers and opportunities and business needs across the various business sectors, that we connect these folks to those businesses and organizations and so forth, so they get a real broad view of what their passions are as they look at career opportunities as they continue to develop those skill sets and competencies. So just some comments. Thank you so much.
Travis, what is the annual budget for this program? And let me stop there. Is this a year-round program or is it a summer program?
This is an ongoing program. Currently, there's no length of time that each participant is kind of restricted to, but we do plan on making it more of like a 3-year kind of program. As far as the budget, Todd and Allison have more specific numbers on that. Does one of you want to pull that up real quick?
Sure, I can hop in on that. Our annual budget for this program, it depends on how many students we have in the program, staff working to support them. On average, we have between 10 and 15 participants in the program. We run between really $40,000 and $55,000 in staff salary, fringe benefits, of course, program supplies, between $1,500 and $2,000 annually to support the program. So for 2021, our total budget is about $54,000.
And one other question, you said that you take the young people and you retain them for 3 years?
So that's kind of a vision we have for the future Career Ladder 2.0. Some of our Career Ladder members have worked with us for 7 years, such as Cinnamon. Other students stick around until they graduate and then move on. So it kind of depends right now, but we are trying to formalize more of a time period with our vision.
I like that length of time, and I think giving young people an opportunity to even become docents for the Science Center is a real good opportunity, Are there any other questions from the board? So, yeah.
It's Lynn. I just wanted to make a comment. I just wanted to say thank you for a very well thought presentation. You explained it extremely well. Sounds like a great program, and again, just thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Yeah.
And this is Anna. I would just add that the county executive, Adam Bello, brought this program to our attention and made the introduction and requested that MCIDC consider the request after he spent some time with Hillary and her team a couple of months ago, I believe it was, touring the museum and learning all about their programs. So we're glad to entertain the request and at the request of the county executive.
So we need a motion to accept this $35,000 for 1 year, not to exceed that, for the Career Ladder Program at Rochester Museum and Science Center.
I'll move it.
We need a
Second, Joe Rizzo.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Does anybody need to sustain? All right. Well, you guys got it, okay? And congratulations.
Thank you so much. This means a lot to the museum, and it means even more to the kids that we're bringing up and are a part of our community. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. And Anna, thank you and your team for being such great partners in the process. And please, all of you, if you would love to come and visit and just, shoot us a quick email. We'd love to have you show off the museum and show off the program.
Yeah, we can introduce you to some of the kids.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, my hopes is that you can expand that program. I've worked with youth development programs for the latter part of my career when I was at the county. And the one thing that we promoted, or at least was a strong principle or component, is to make sure that we match young people with caring adults. And this program sounds to me that it has that. Just from what we heard about the young lady that has gone through the program. You all have had her for 7 years. She's an alumnus now, and she has come back to serve the community in that capacity. All of those things speak volumes for us, and this is the type of programs we believe that young people should have and have the opportunity to get in. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again.
Thank you.
So we're going to move on. This is the time here for the really the star of our show right here, Lydia Burr. Is she with us? Where's she at?
I am. Here I am, Hanif. Yes.
She's gonna talk about the SBA annual report.
Yes. So on page 11, so let me start out by introducing Craig Degener to you. He's on the Zoom today. He is our new operations analyst. You recall in March of 2020, just prior to the pandemic, we approved a new position and we've moved forward on that position and hired Craig. He's a great asset to us. He joined us on the 17th of May, and he is comes to us from 5 Star Bank. So we're excited to have him, and he's doing great. Really has hit the ground running. And I'm glad to say we've gotten out and been on some calls lately. So he's really had some firsthand experience. So you'll see him in person, hopefully very near future.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
So thanks. So yeah, so SBA report. So annually we're required to provide the SBA with a report. You'll see in your packet the narrative piece. The full package is, 150 plus pages long. We are still waiting for assimilation of the county audit, which we have to provide them. So the narrative is really the nuts and bolts of it. This year we have expanded it to talk about some additional cluster activity, food and beverage area specifically, as well as the our response to COVID-19. Even though there was some overlay, so this covers the fiscal year. December to, or January to December. But obviously our efforts went beyond that and will continue, as announced by the county executive last night. So I'll pretty much good news. I think what you're not seeing in the exhibits, which we will circulate to you later on once we get the completed package, is that since the inception of our 504 program, we have created 3,952 jobs, retained just over 1,000, and we've advanced funds of just under 83 million. We have seen significant pay downs lately, and that's good because that's what we should be doing, right? We're providing gap financing for people who may not be able to fund conventional acquisitions of buildings and or through conventional means, and moving them forward. So that is sum and substance our report that we will submit to the SBA to do on the 30th.
So we need to have a motion to send this off. The board has to approve the annual report. So we need a motion to approve the annual SBA report for 2020.
Dave Brooks will move it.
I'll second. Phil Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Okay, guess this passed. There's no objections to this, right? At all? All right. So this is fully approved right here, Lydia.
Thank you. We will circulate the completed package to the board.
Okay.
We have the component parts as well. So
can you move to the dashboard?
I can. So the dashboard for May 31st is in front of you. I think the highlights are these. We funded 2 504s in May. We had one payoff in May, and we also funded our gain loan in May, which is a good move. The gain loan fund is a collaborative effort with the Genesee Finger Lakes Planning Council counties, the 9 county areas, and that council has also submitted a request, or is submitting an additional request for funds to ESD. So we may be getting another round of money for this. This is for food and agricultural growth. So nice benefit. We've also received the funds from the program to reimburse us for our GAP loan. So that's good. Anybody have any questions? Things are starting to pick up, I would say. We're participating in more outbound calls and seeing, we've had a lot of interest, a lot of prospect calls on 504, so that's good.
Lydia, could you just refresh my memory as to the substandard 504 loan for $1 million that's on here, what that represents?
Yes, it's a hotel on Monroe Ave.
Okay.
And they were closed during the pandemic. So it really is a function of the pandemic more so than anything.
Okay. Thank you.
Especially hard hit. So, yeah. So I'm glad to give you some additional information on that, Dave. So this is the sum and substance of our portfolio. And we still are awaiting the results of our SMART audit. We haven't gotten the formal report yet. So when we get that, we'll be presenting that to the board and our corrective points on that.
Okay, if there's no more questions, we got to move to executive session. We need a motion to do so.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Lynn will second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.